Salute. What's going on, gentlemen? Thank you so much for being here. Throw me some love. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, and let's go ahead and dive right into today's topic. And I want to talk about the Passport Bros movement again. There's so much information out there, but there is so much misinformation. And this is such a vague category of men. But it's not just men. Women are leaving too, as I've talked about in so many videos. Many women, educated women, are leaving the West because they're smart. You know, they can work from abroad. They understand the cultural breakdown in the Western countries. They understand the inflation. They understand the cost of living becoming more and more unattainable. And many people do this for monetary reasons as well, which was my personal number one reason. But I want to go ahead and throw out the biggest stereotype when it comes to this quote unquote movement with the passport bros or passport, whatever, people getting their passport and leaving the West. And that stereotype is that people are going abroad to find partners to bring back to the United States or bring back to the UK or Australia or whatever. And this is the biggest crock of crap I've ever heard in my life. I have no intentions of ever returning to the US other than to visit. I have no intentions. Once a person's traveled the world, many people that have gotten to that point where they're so fed up that they're willing to leave a place that they've grown up, spent their entire life. You know, they've got memories, friends, family, things like this, and they've made that conscious choice to leave the country, and especially to travel somewhere so far away. In my case, 12 time zones. I am 12 time zones out of sync with my home in Atlanta. Right now, it's 12 hours behind us right now. Like, you know, the sun's going down. It's about 7 p.m. here, 7 a.m. in Atlanta. Today. So with that being said, man, these men ain't coming over here to find women to take back to America. Have you lost your mind? Or like, honestly, that is not why people are coming here. For the most part, people are done with the standard of living, the breakdown in the culture, the decline in culture, the politics being shoved down your face, how people treat each other. The cost of living becoming like completely outrageous. The fact that you're being rinsed by your politicians. It's disgusting. People are sick of the violence. They're sick of the animosity between each other. They're sick of the wars between genders. This is why it's getting to the point where people are just getting out, leaving. And I'm not saying if you don't leave that you're not smart. I'm not saying that at all. But for me, it works for me. It was a plausible decision. It was a smart, intelligent decision. And to me, it is a one-way street. Many people are in the same agreement when it comes to this. It is a one-way street. Many people will come here, they'll visit, they'll get a taste of it, and they'll say, you know what, I'm going to go back home. I'm going to devise a long-term plan. I'm going to sell my assets, pay my debts, pay my bills, or whatever. I'm going to like save up some money, diversify some money, start to do their research on visas and banks and stuff like that, and they do not have any intentions on returning. And let's just be honest. I had already personally accepted not ever being married again or you know, dealing with a long-term relationship again. I was at that point, not out of anger or frustration. I'd been on my own for several years at that point. And I'm talking about when I came here to Thailand right at a year ago. I was already happy as who I was when I got here. I did not come here to find a woman. And many people don't come here to find a woman. They just happen to. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people put these negative connotations and stereotypes saying that guys are trying to find a woman to take her back to the West. That is the biggest pile of crap. And the argument doesn't even hold water. Like, if I was so frustrated with the West, why the hell would I take a woman back to that cesspool that I was willing to walk away from after 43 years? Like, honestly, if I even met a woman that wanted to move to America, she's out. She's out. That is a red flag number one. She is going to know straight off rip why I'm here, what my long-term intentions are. I'm not going to tell her all the damn details. I'm not talking about that. But I'm saying my intentions are not to return to the West. So I'm going to tell her straight off jump. Don't even think about it. And honestly, many women that I've met here do not want to move to the West. They don't. They assume that everybody here is living like in third world poverty. that they think the same way Americans do, and that's not true. Many people here, and especially the women I've met here, have families here. They love the culture here. They do not want to leave Thailand. They do not want to leave Thailand, and I'm happy for that. I'm grateful for that. This is like one of the biggest misconceptions about the entire movement, that men are coming over here to find women to take back to the West. I don't want a woman who wants to go to the West. I don't want a woman who wants to be westernized. This is not the point. And let me go ahead and break this down. You think it's easy? Do you actually think it's easy for me as a man to come here to Thailand on the other side of the world and learn the culture here? The pressure is on me. This is not an easy place. It's an easy place. It's a great place, but it is not easy. It doesn't work the same. The laws don't work the same. The legal framework doesn't work the same. I'm always in the back of my mind thinking about immigration, like visas, having to comply with laws, and what I'm gonna do. Like it's not an easy process. You really have to think long term and strategically. And to go ahead and break it down even more, these women here do expect a man to be a man. They are not going to sit, they're not looking for some sucker like some are, but most women, in my opinion, in my experience, the ones I've met, I'm not talking about the bar scene chicks. I'm talking about decent women. They really care. They want a good, stable, solid family, and they want a good man, but they also want a man they can rely on long term, which means there's a pressure on me, even in my current relationship, to have long-term goals and strategies for not just myself, but for us, And this is kind of my point in theory. So a lot of people are putting this negative stereotype out there that men are coming here looking for some, bush zebra chick, sweeping dirt floors. She comes from nothing, looking to use a man. And this man is coming over here looking for an S-slave, which is bullcrap. Or a man is coming here looking for a slave to clean the house. Like, listen, I can clean my own damn house, or I can afford to pay somebody to do it. I don't need that. It's a bonus. It's about a woman reciprocating and showing you her love, her appreciation, her respect. And the thing is the women here have this quality about themselves and how they treat men here. Women treat men with respect. And they treat them with chivalry. Women know how to treat a man. And in turn, I will give this woman as much as I possibly can in perpetuity in the future, I guess you could say. And I'm talking about long-term goals. I'm not talking about throwing money. I'm not talking about making it rain, dropping bags on her. I'm not talking about this. You hopefully want to find a woman that's not all about just money, because those are the very women that we left behind in the West. All the women care about in the West is money. That's all, honestly. We see these TikToks of these chicks saying, these guys don't qualify, even like myself, I don't qualify to be on her roster. Like, bitch, what are you talking about? Your roster. So you're telling me you've got 20 sausages flying in your face and you think that makes you valuable? This is the disconnect between what men want in women and what women think men want in women. This is why I will never take my woman back to the West. And I don't advise anyone doing this. You can find a great woman here. You can find a great woman anywhere in the world. Man, there's great women even in the West. Don't get me wrong, but it's not easy to find. But with that being said, that mentality is the very thing I don't want to be around every day. I don't want to be basked in this propaganda, this energy. This negative energy that's just sucking the life out of everyone, not just men, but women as well. Look at what people have been reduced to. The longer I sit here, or the longer I'm here in Thailand, the more I see, the more the veil's been lifted, the more obvious it is to me what is happening to people in the West. What really is happening, what social media is doing, what the government's doing, what the cost of living is doing. It is really diminishing the human spirit, the human psyche, what makes people thrive, what makes people happy. Honestly, I couldn't go back. You couldn't pay me to go back, and God forbid finding a woman and taking her back to be poisoned by the culture I left. Honestly, This is the biggest myth. Passport, many of the guys that get their passport are on a one-way ticket out. Man, yeah, they'll travel, you know, if they're making some good money in the States or whatever. Yeah, they'll travel. They'll go have some fun. They'll go have a few parties. But I'm going to tell you something. These guys are eventually going to see enough to make them eventually make the permanent move to leave the West. Because once you get a taste of it, and I'm not talking about women, I'm talking about everything. Women are just a bonus. Just the quality of life, the fact that my rent here is $320 a month where I live right now. I'm actually looking at houses for $400-ish a month. Houses, like 2-bedroom houses outside of town a little bit, you know? It's very affordable. It's easy to open a business, but you got to understand that these are the main reasons I left. Like, I understand. If I stayed in the West with what I have right now, of course, my money would run out because it is a cycle of taking on debt, paying off expensive cars, buying houses, going out to eat where it's $50, $60, $80, $100 for every meal. Whereas here, if I spend $20 or $30 on a meal, it is like a 5-star dinner. I'm talking about going out, like we go out to eat on the Riverside once a week. I get 2 filet mignons, baked potato, she gets her food, and our whole meal is like 1,000 baht, which is like $30. And I'm talking about, this is a nice, like candlelit dinner on the river, very nice with live music, really nice place. This is what I'm talking about. Why would I ever leave? And why would I ever want to be with a woman who wants me to leave where I just left and where I'm actually, like, leave a place where I'm actually happy? And to be honest, these people are happy. People in Thailand are very happy. I think it's the happiest country I've ever been to. Honestly, people are very happy here. Even people with not much, people with a lot. People are just generally happy. It's a pay it forward vibe. It's a Buddhism thing. I don't know. I can't explain it. But with that being said, men are not coming abroad looking for wives to go and take back to the West. Men are going as a one-way ticket and they're staying. I'm telling you guys, man, no man wants to find a good woman and watch her go down the toilet drain by Western culture and the brainwashing that comes with it. So with that being said, men, I love y'all. Hold the line. Ladies too, listen, women are leaving too. Women are sick of this culture too. There's a lot of good women that are leaving the West as well for the same damn reasons I am. So can we like stereotype, say these women are coming here because they're broke and dusty? Hell no. Man, these women are coming here to live a happy, peaceful life. They go to their coffee shops in the morning. They get on their computers. They work a few hours online. They travel around. It's cheap. It's affordable. They meet other friends in Facebook groups and stuff. Man, Thailand is a place for, like, honestly, you couldn't pay me to leave this place. And man, you couldn't find, there's not one chick on this planet that could convince me to move my happy ass back to the States. It's just not gonna happen. So I wanna go ahead and bust that stereotype down once and for all. With that being said, I love y'all for real. Show me some love. I'll see you guys on the next one.